Hello and welcome to this video. Before I begin, let me ask you two questions. Did you miss out on Bitcoin 15 years ago? And how would your life be different had you have decided to buy Bitcoin 15 years ago? Well, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you an incredible opportunity brought to us by an incredible company. So watch all the way to the end and you're going to understand exactly why you have got a second chance to be part of the Bitcoin journey. Okay, so let's get started. Public disclaimer. This could be a life-changing opportunity for you. As part of this amazing product ecosystem, you will have access to new and innovative platforms created or discovered by We're All Satoshi. This video is not an official company presentation, and all information provided is personal opinion for personal promotion and educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor and I do not make any recommendations or income claims. I am merely sharing the information. You should do your own due diligence to inform yourself according to your own personal circumstances. Okay, so I want to introduce you to We're All Satoshi. Now, We're All Satoshi is an online tech company that's dedicated to either creating or discovering innovative products in the crypto and the technology space. And this is a world of innovation with the goal of giving power back to the people. And today, I want to introduce you to Bitcoin Code. Now, Bitcoin Code is recreating the Bitcoin saga with our latest blockchain and coin. Bitcoin Code, or BTCC, is giving you a second chance to be a part of history in the making. Bitcoin Code is the evolution of Bitcoin. Bitcoin built with 21st century technology. If you missed out on Bitcoin, it is giving you a second chance to be early, a second chance to be there at the beginning of something that created a $1 trillion industry. Bitcoin Code is an exact duplicate of Bitcoin. 21 million total supply, 7,200 released every 24 hours, a halving every 4 years or every 210,000 blocks, completely decentralized. And it has its own blockchain, the BTC20 smart chain. And this is the footprint that Bitcoin left 15 years ago. So why do we need it? I mean, we have Bitcoin, right? If we have Bitcoin, why do we need an exact duplicate? Well, Bitcoin is old technology. It was 15 years ago that Bitcoin launched. Even at that time, the technology itself was still in its birth. And in the last 15 years, the technology in the crypto space, as well as the wider technology space, has changed hugely. Bitcoin only processes around 5 to 7 transactions per second. It has an average transaction fee right now of around $1.50. Sometimes it's a bit higher. Because we've had 4 halvings in that 15 years, right now, the Bitcoin network only releases 450 Bitcoin every 24 hours. And that is distributed to almost 100,000 miners. It's not an EVM compliant blockchain. I mean, that means really it's useless. The Bitcoin blockchain has no utility. And if you're not sure what EVM compatibility means, here's the explanation. EVM compatibility refers to the ability for a blockchain to run the EVM and execute Ethereum smart contracts. This means that the developers can write and deploy the same smart contracts across multiple EVM blockchains without needing to make significant changes to their code. These smart contracts can then interact with other EVM compatible blockchains through the EVM, allowing anyone to create multi-chain dApps. EVM stands for Ethereum Virtual Machine. So what's new? What's different about Bitcoin Code? If it's a duplicate, then what's different about it? Well, of course, The BTC20 blockchain is an EVM compliant blockchain. It has smart contract compatibility. And this is huge because this gives our blockchain immediate utility. Companies can come and launch their ICOs. They can come and launch their smart contracts. You can create meme coins on our blockchain. It has utility. And all of this bolsters the value of Bitcoin code because it has immediate utility itself. Bitcoin code will be used for all transactions that happen on the BTC20 blockchain. So being EVM compliant is actually a massive benefit. It's faster. The BTC20 blockchain can process around 65,000 transactions per second, almost faster than any other network, approximately 2 to 3 seconds per transaction. It's cheaper than almost any other network. The average transaction fee of around 0.001. We don't mine using expensive hardware like ant miners. We're using the innovation of NFT mining. Now, Bitcoin uses hardware miners, the ant miners that take up a lot of space in your house. You need cooling equipment. It's approximately $50,000 to mine one Bitcoin right now. But because we're using NFT miners, these miners mine online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And we don't use electricity. We use a token called B Fuel, which is a specially created token specifically for the purposes of funding the mining process. Now, these are the NFT miners. We have the GT1X, the GT10X, and the GT100X. The GT1X is $50. So you can begin your mining journey for only $50. And this miner costs $3 a day in B Fuel. The GT10X is $500 and costs $30 a day to run. And the GT100X is $5,000 and costs $300 a day to run. And these miners will mine online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for the next 140 years. And they are only available through We Are All Satoshi. So we have exclusivity to sell these NFT miners. Now, Bitcoin Code started in October of 2023. We had so many people who bought miners during the pre-sale that when we launched, we immediately came in at $3 value. We hit an all-time high of approximately $80 towards the end of 2023. And as of July this year, we have a stable value of around $70. Now, B Fuel has a cost of 0.0125. The benefit of having this specially created token is that it is a fixed cost for the next 140 years. The price of B Fuel will never change. It will always be 0.0125, which makes managing the cost of mining very, very easy. Now, I just want to show you a quick 3-minute video that is going to demonstrate how Bitcoin code is going to change the lives of the early adopters, just like Bitcoin did.
Bitcoin, the king of cryptocurrency. Since its inception in 2009, it has grown and developed into a new standard in finance, offering one of the most lucrative investment opportunities the world has ever experienced. As more people adopt Bitcoin, its limited supply and growing demand has significantly increased its value, generating tens upon tens of thousands of millionaires. As time moves forward, technology continues to advance. We see the evolution of things all around us, The same is true with Bitcoin. When it was launched, in order to mine Bitcoin, you would need physical hardware like an ant miner, as well as the software and technical know-how to configure everything. So mining was only available to those that had that specific skill set. And the miners are the ones who benefited the most by creating the Bitcoin ecosystem. I would like to introduce you to the evolution of Bitcoin, an unprecedented once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be one of the first people to mine Bitcoin code. No external hardware needed and no complicated software, which makes it available to everyone. Simply order your NFT miner, connect it to the network, and you're set to mine Bitcoin code for the next 140 years. Imagine being able to go back to 2009 and be one of the first miners of Bitcoin. Knowing what you know right now and what Bitcoin has achieved, this is an absolute no-brainer. Bitcoin code is following the exact roadmap that Bitcoin created in all aspects. It's on its own blockchain. Exact same number of coins mined every day. Total supply of 21 million. Halvings, the whole 9 yards. This is your opportunity to be a part of the evolution of Bitcoin. Will you sit on the sidelines like last time and miss the opportunity? Or will you take action and become a part of history? The choice is yours. The evolution of Bitcoin is happening, and your time is now.
Okay, now that's an amazing video that gives you a really powerful overview of what Bitcoin code is looking to achieve, demonstrating to you so that you can understand that this is another opportunity to be a part of the Bitcoin journey. So many of us missed out the first time around for lots of different reasons. It may have been fear, it may have been ignorance. It could have been any one of a dozen different reasons, but we all missed out. And this is your second chance. Okay, so just for a little bit of fun, let's look at the price history of Bitcoin. This chart starts at 2010 because there's really no data prior to that year. So we can see in 2010, the price of Bitcoin was 9 cents. We had a halving in 2012. So it took 3 years for Bitcoin to cross the $100 mark. Can you imagine the excitement of the people who were mining it in 2009 and 2010? And imagine how they felt when it then hit a new all-time high of $1,200 in late 2013. And what do you think happened then? Of course, lots of people sold. The price slumped down to just below $700. Then we had a halving in 2016. And this is where sentiments changed, because look what happened. We hit a new all-time high of $20,000 in May of 2018. It dropped back down to just over 19,000 in December. But imagine how those people felt that had the courage to hold on to it in those early years. We then had a halving in 2020. What happened in 2020? Do you remember? The whole world was closed down. Look what happened. Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of $68,991 in November of that year. This must have been an incredibly exciting time for so many people. Now, look what happened in 2024. We had another halving in 2024 and another new all-time high of $73,794 on March the 14th. Who could have imagined that Bitcoin would reach the heights of these numbers all the way from just 9 cents. So many people didn't believe in Bitcoin. The experts around the world said it's just a fad and it will be worthless. And yet here we are with Bitcoin having hit $73,000. Now, let's have a look what would have happened had you have bought Bitcoin in 2010. So if you had invested $100 into Bitcoin in 2010, you would own 1,111 Bitcoin. If you'd have held on to it for just 6 years till 2016, when it hit $900, your 1,111 Bitcoin would have been worth over $1 million. Would you have been happy with that? Would life have changed much for you in that time? Only 6 years, that's not long. It whizzes by, blink of an eye. But what if you'd have held on to it until March of 2024, this year? Your 1,111 Bitcoin at $73,000 would be worth $81 million. Imagine if we'd have just had the foresight to buy Bitcoin at the beginning. So now is the time to start your mining journey. Bitcoin Code could be huge, and it's giving you a second chance to be part of that Bitcoin journey. The first halving will be in October of 2027. We are almost 1 year old now. The next 3 years is crucial for the Bitcoin Code miners, because now we are able to accumulate the maximum amount of Bitcoin Code, because we are releasing 7,200. After the first halving, it will only be 3,600, and it will continue to get harder and harder to accumulate Bitcoin Code, just as it is with Bitcoin. So the next 3 years is going to be crucial. Early adopters have the advantage right now. Do not miss out for a second time. Hopefully you enjoyed that presentation and you can see the vision of what Bitcoin Code is bringing to the world. Bitcoin Code isn't yet on an exchange. It's still early days. We haven't got the liquidity. But when we do go onto the exchanges, imagine what's going to happen to the crypto space. Imagine what's going to happen to the value of Bitcoin Code, especially when people realize that it has all of the advantages that Bitcoin has, but has all of the technology of the modern technology space. EVM compliance on its own is enough to create huge value. So if you do want to be part of the Bitcoin Code journey, if you do want to be an early adopter, all you've got to do is ask me for more information in the comments. And as always, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get notifications every time I release a new video. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.